Alright, so we are back with Alan Wake. The confusing Alan Wake. Because, yeah, we're with our wife, then we lost our wife, and it's a week later, and our wife is missing, but no one can find evidence that she's missing. She was kidnapped by somebody, so we go to find him. He gets sucked up by a water demon, and now we're ending up in a psychiatric facility where we've always been. I don't know. I don't know. But what I do know is we're going to continue on with this. And we're going to see where this takes us, right? So when last we left, he woke up in the care of Dr. Hartman. So who knows what the hell's going on right now. I didn't stream yesterday because I just had a not good day.
Whatever Hartman had bumped in me was making me numb. I felt like this was happening to someone else. Someone I was watching on television. I couldn't think. Couldn't focus.
Yeah, we're in Hartman's thing. Episode 4. The Truth. So we got all these except for the ones in nightmare difficulty. I think we got all these except for the ones, yeah, well, we missed 2 pages. And then Ransom, we missed quite a few pages. And now we're here. From the bottom up, Night Springs video games found 0 of 10, cardboard standees found 0 of 6, alarm clocks found 0 of 10, science found, TV shows found, radio shows found. Alright.
There were only empty sheets of paper here. No manuscript pages.
Good evening, Alan. Are we feeling better now? Feeling calm?
Yeah. I see you brought your pet gorilla with you. So sure, I'm calm. I get the message. Loud and clear.
Why, right. That's the spirit. You're being very brave, Alan. I understand you're confused. I would be more concerned if you weren't suspicious of me. I don't blame you for it.
Big of you.
Now, why don't you come with me? We'll reacquaint you with my clinic and go over everything you might have forgotten. Little walk and some fresh air? Yes, it will do you good. This corridor is for patients. Most of them aren't here right now. Jack took them out for a fishing trip, except for the ones who are particularly vulnerable, of course.
I just don't know if there's anything to collect or not, so...
I encourage creativity as a part of the recovery process here at Cauldron Lake Lodge. I specialize in treating artists.
I bet you do.
Splendid, Alan. I honestly believe we can get this thing under control if we work together. This way, Alan.
Wait a moment, asshole. I don't like him. I don't trust him. He just locked that door behind me.
Now, Alan, from past experience with you, I know I need to get right into the heart of the matter as quickly as I can after an episode. So I'm just going to say this. Alice is dead.
No.
You're in a very vulnerable state until you understand and accept this. Alice drowned, and you couldn't face that. You're suffering from hallucinations, paranoid delusions, unusual thinking, an obsession about light and darkness, a feeling that everything revolves around you, your thoughts and dreams. Your mind has constructed an elaborate fantasy scenario in which your writings are affecting reality. She has been kidnapped, and supernatural forces of darkness are trying to stop you. We go this way, Alan.
I wasn't ready for another shot, so I went along with it. He had to be lying. But under the influence of the drug he had given me, I had to fight not to believe his words.
It's all in your head. You've been making it up. Apart from the tragic accident with your wife, no one has been killed. Your delusions are just a manifestation of your subconscious mind trying to protect you from the too painful truth. Unless we fight the fantasy, it will return. I know the instinct is to resist me, but think about it. Doesn't this make far more sense than the insane supernatural conspiracy you have concocted in your mind? You're a skeptic by nature, Alan. We both know this. Everything can be explained logically.
Logic my ass. I don't believe him. It's an amazing view, though. It really is. Beyond the shadow you settle for, there's a miracle illuminated. T.Z. Thomasine. In the memory of a dear friend and a poet. It's 9 a.m.
I never get tired of this view. Very
Hey, Matt.
inspiring, isn't it?
Cauldron Lake spread below us. I could see Mirror Peak on the other side of the lake. I thought I could make out the spot where Diver's Isle had been when I arrived with Alice. Now there was nothing but waves.
It seems there's a storm coming. Funny, I don't recall there being a mention of that in the weather forecast. Well, no matter. This way. Follow me. Alan, what I'm telling you is good news. Right now we're in control. Every time you have a relapse, it gets more and more difficult to resurface from the dark depths of your imagination. Not surprising, considering your profession. Imagination is what you work with. After all your nightmares, this should come as an immense relief to you. If it doesn't, why is that? Because I'm lying? Or because you don't want to admit that you're not well? It's very natural for you to think of me as your enemy. It's part of the illness.
I let him talk.
After all,
Hartman
I'm the
obviously
one
loved
trying
his
to
own
bring you
voice.
out of the
His
world
words
you've
echoed
constructed
madly
for
inside
yourself.
my head.
But
I
can't
dug my
do
nails
it
into
by
the palms of my
myself.
hands to stay
You need
focused.
to work with me. Once you accept that, we can begin the journey towards your
How you doing,
recovery.
Matt?
Come along. Let's go inside. Here's the entrance to the office wing. That's for staff only. You were impressed by my trophies when you first arrived here. I do love to hunt. The great outdoors, man versus nature. It's wonderful stuff.
Pretty damn wonderful, yeah.
Scary,
Nice.
scary, scary.
Emerson.
I'm a real bad dream, mister. You should be afraid of me. Don't want to run into me in the night, that's for sure.
Please, Emerson. Mr. Wake is confused enough as it is.
Yeah, you'd like me to go away so you won't be scared. But you can't just decide what kind of dream you have or when you have it.
Emerson.
Okay, sorry. Boo.
That's Emerson. We're actually making some progress with him, I'm happy
Yeah.
to say. He works on
Elbow
video
strike.
games.
Ooh, yeah.
It's trash, of course, but it does
I'll
involve
get him
some
to the head.
small creative effort, which makes him receptive to my therapeutic methods.
No kidding.
You might have noticed the typewriter in your room. You've been writing as a part of the therapy. As soon as you feel up to it, you should continue.
The Creator's Dilemma. The engaging new book by Dr. Emil Hartman, the author of the best-selling Creative Flow. His groundbreaking techniques, engagement therapy, and the flow explained in his own words. Now available in bookstores across the country.
Hartman had mentioned that the power had been acting up. Maybe that was the reason for the generator and the work light on the balcony. The generator hadn't been activated, and there was no key.
Alright. Last week is you go on winter break. That's awesome.
Hello. I've painted you.
Okay.
I was just struck by inspiration a couple of days ago. Dr. Hartman wanted me to paint landscapes, and that's what I was doing. But now I've been doing these things, a lot of them. The images just keep coming. Dr. Hartman likes them. He has them in his office.
Yeah?
He's very proud of me. He says I'm getting much better. I think I'm getting better. Well, I guess I'd better start wrapping this up. The storm is almost here. Look at that. I'd hate to be out there tonight.
Those are the two old men from the bar. At the beginning of the game. Welcome to the Cauldron Lake Lodge. We're here to give you the specialized help you need. However, please observe the following. Please ask friends and family to schedule visits beforehand to ensure they don't interfere with your therapy and or periods of creativity. Also, please respect your fellow patients' need for privacy and personal space, especially when they're engaged by their creative processes. Be patient. Typically, our patients have long-term creative problems and they won't be solved overnight. Give yourself permission to take the time you need. Bear in mind that you're voluntarily receiving treatment that has been specifically tailored for you. Engagement therapy and its sister method, the flow, work best when you are actively engaged in shaping them. If you have any concerns, please don't hesitate to voice them. Alright. Oh, let's probably read.
My rheumatism's killing me. There's a storm coming. Oh, what a storm.
I hope it wipes this place off the face of the earth.
And these two are the Anderson brothers, Odin and Thor. They had how should I put this? A heavy metal band in the 70s and 80s called Old Gods of Asgard. They even adopted new first names to complete the image of Viking gods. After the band broke up, they lived on a farm nearby. They are, well, in advanced stages of dementia. They're well cared for, TLC and all that. There's nothing more that can be done. I'm afraid that the rock and roll lifestyle has left its mark.
Oh, that won't do. I'm so sorry to cut this short for now, Alan. The power has been acting up. I'd better go check on it. We'll continue this. Meanwhile, when you feel up to it, return to your room and try to write. It really is for the best. Don't you think?
I'd like to bash his head in with a hammer.
Oh, he'd love to fish out our secrets, but he has no clue. He's not crazy enough. Not crazy like us, Sonny. Yeah! Being crazy's a requirement, Sonny. Who else could understand the world when it's like this? It takes crazy to know crazy.
That's the sanest thing I've heard in a while.
Say, you're all right, Tom. Hey, we like him, don't we, bro? He's got to go to the farm.
The Anderson Farm. Valhalla!
We wrote it all down, lest we forget. A crash course. All you need to know to get your head right. You need to find the message.
Here, Sonny, here's something for you. Gave me a rash, but I kept it safe from these bastards.
My head clearing up, or according to Hartman, I was sinking back into the fantasy. I was convinced he was lying to me about everything. Crazy or not, the Andersons made more sense.
Tom!
Zane could feel the poems, taking form, shaping things. As he experimented, he imagined he could almost feel the power surging through the keys of the typewriter. It exhilarated him. But there was fear, too. If not for his young assistant Emil, he would have given it up. But Emil convinced him otherwise. He too had a way with words.
Got any booze on you?
Yeah, no.
We
Sorry,
have a
guys.
stash of the special stuff at the farm. Our own formula. Local ingredients. Medicine. Clears your head right up. Makes you remember like moonbeams on the brain.
Oh, I just noticed. Leather patches on the elbows? That's not very rock and roll.
Tom just lost is all. Baba Yaga got to him too, the damn witch.
She used us all. Taken from all of us. Took my thunder, the witch.
And my ravens, what were they? Memory and thought, the hag.
She took something from you too, didn't she? That's what she does.
We're better off. This place, the lake, it gives you power. If you're a creator, an artist, a god.
Nightmare shifted in their sleep in the darkness of the lake.
Yeah, that's the one. She makes sure it comes out twisted and wrong. Just ask the lamp lady. She knows what happened to that other rider.
She's been using you, boy, and you let her. You went and opened the door for her, didn't you?
Now, it was already open a crack. And whose fault is that? We're morally corrupt, disease-ridden, old and stupid.
Doesn't mean he had to open it all the way, goddammit.
So tired. Built the farm close to the lake. A place of power.
We had parties there, man. You should go there and have a party.
That Bob Baldwin threw the amp through the window. Hit that hippie chick in the back of the head. 15 stitches and a concussion. Bob's dead now. Leukemia.
Stitches, snitches, and narcs, man. Bad scene.
I am tired, man. So tired.
I want to go home.
I'm not reading that shit again.
I'm a bad dream, and you can't wake up. You can't hurt a nightmare because all dreams are only imagination. They're only in your head, and they're not there when you wake up. So you can't wake up because I'm in charge now, and I don't want to disappear. My nightmare is the publisher people who want to make a contribution so they can say they made a contribution. And then we end up with mullets in there because they think mullets are funny, but it wasn't supposed to be about mullets. And now it's about mullets. And when it's in slow motion, they call it mullet time because the numbers came back from marketing that mullet time is the hook we needed to go big in the target demographic. And they're not even kidding. They say it all like serial killers with straight faces and smiles. My nightmare is the writers who want to make everything from the characters to the toasters talk all the time and express their feelings so they won't shut up. And the writers won't shut up either because they have feelings too. And I have to listen to them because they're not scared of me. And everyone should just shut up. Shut up. Shut up. But I don't see nightmares anymore because I'm too scary for them. I take 2 pills every morning and 1 with every meal and 4 when I go to bed. And that makes me the scariest nightmare of all.
All right.
Hey, Wake, why don't you humor Dr. Hartman and give the writing a shot, huh? Typewriter's in your room. You can get to your room by those stairs, Wake.
It's interesting. Early on in the game, Thomas Zane was a writer that he heard about from this Eric Cauldron Lake. But then when talking to Barry, his publisher, Thomas Zane never existed. Now the old guys over there are calling him Thomas Zane.
Something's wrong. I'm not myself. It's hard to think that there's a shadow inside my head. I can only focus on writing. Everything else is a blur. I'm trapped in this cabin. Have been for days, but it's always dark outside. My editor is real. I saw her again. She's not human. It's not human. A dark presence is wearing the old woman's face. She was covered in clinging shadows. There's a hole in her chest where her heart should be. I think I've made a horrible mistake. I don't think I'm any closer to saving Alice. It's been lying to me, using me to get the story it wants, and the story will come true. Hartman wanted me to write. I knew I couldn't, but I figured I should just play along for now. It was the only thing I could do with Nurse Birch watching me like a hawk.
And my door's open. I've already been in here. This is Emerson's room. Alright. Lane's the painter, the old man. That must be the ladies' room.
The white glare of the blank page in front of me hurt my eyes. My hands began to shake uncontrollably.
Everybody calm down. Put that down. Bert, I need help.
Hey, Wake, you stay here. I'm gonna go see what's up. You just keep doing what you're doing. Be cool, okay?
What the cuss word indeed.
I didn't know what the chaos was all about, but it could be my only chance of getting out of here.
Where the hell did he get a damn head?
I don't know.
Hammer's up! Here's a friendly poke from Mjolnir, wench!
Oh, afraid of the crazy brothers, are ya? Not so weak now, are we? Well, things are unraveling fast, aren't they? Ha ha! Nah! Ah, ha ha!
It's my store. I'm taking it.
Hartman kept talking, giving Barry the grand tour, clearly proud of the place. He went on and on about his hunting trophies, and Barry was impressed. But he was here on business. He raised his voice, cut through the monologue. Hey, Hartman, where's Al? Hartman stopped in mid-sentence, annoyed at the interruption. He nodded at the hulking orderly standing nearby. The man smiled and clapped a practiced hand on Barry's shoulder.
We're on a a comeback tour, baby! Summer's Way will have its say! Rise up in their name!
Sinclair looked bad. That wasn't a love tap. The crazy old fart hit her hard. And if she was one of Hartman's goons, she had it coming.
Is all yours,
I could get the key to the office
Seize your
from Sinclair.
destiny.
I had to get to Hartman's office. He had taken all
Come
my
out and
manuscript
face
pages.
the music,
That's
Birch.
where he'd been
It's
keeping
time
them.
to pay the piper. Maybe you could come out and beat our wrinkled adult diapered asses for us, since you're so tough, Birch. We were on the road, man. You think we haven't seen punks like you before? Mortal name.
The photo on the wall caught my attention. In it, the clinic staff was standing outside the lodge. I knew the man next to Hartman. He was the kidnapper. Hartman had been playing me all along. The markings on the tape said they were recordings Hartman had made at the sessions with his patients. I saw Alice's name on one of them. For a moment, I couldn't breathe right. Hartman wasn't happy. Mott could see it in his eyes. He quickly lowered his own. He had made a mess of it, and he knew it. The shame of failure was hard to bear. He hadn't expected Wake to say he needed more time, and he blurted out 2 days, less than Wake had asked for to show him who was in charge. But that wasn't part of Hartman's plan.
Let me out of here! Hartman, do you hear me?
Now, Mrs. Wake, can you tell me about Alan's problems?
He's more and more out of control all the time. The parties, he's so angry all the time. He's getting violent.
Do you mean with you?
No, not with me. No, never. Sometimes I almost wish Alan would take a swing at me, because at least that lead to a conversation he couldn't just march out of. But no. Alan doesn't really sleep. And the work, well, he's not writing at all. He sits there for hours and just gets more and more frustrated. And I can't talk to him.
Yes. Tell me, Mrs. Wake, what would you say to him if he'd listen?
I don't know. I want to say, I look at you, and it's not you. Just some stranger who resembles you. Looking out from behind your eyes. And I don't like that guy much. And now it's all gonna go to hell.
But you don't ever say this.
No. I've tried, but he's not listening. He's too deep in his own problems. Always going on about something else. I'm so afraid I'm gonna lose him. And we're not even talking anymore. He doesn't let me in anymore. He just keeps me in the dark. I'm so alone here, even when he's home. Please help me, Doctor, because I'm at my wit's end.
Well, if you can just get him here, I'll absolutely do my very best.
Yeah, but Doctor, you need to be careful with him. He's not just going to listen to you and cooperate. He's the most stubborn man I've ever met.
Well, I'll be sure to bear that in mind.
Hearing her voice, what she was saying made me happy and sick and guilty all at once. Worst of all, I recognized the words. The phone call from her. It had been a cut-up of this. Just a recording.
Interesting.
Barry?
Ow! About time!
Barry, man, am I glad to see you. We need to get to Hartman's office.
It's right next door.
You okay?
Yeah. I mean, no! The cops found me at Rose's trailer, but they didn't hassle me too much. I'm obviously a victim in this, and I demanded to be treated as such. Or else I'd sue their asses. Speaking of asses, that Fed gave me a real hard time, but I had no clue where you were. That guy's crazy, Al. But he let me go, and then I get a call from Hartman, that son of a bitch, who tells me you're here, and I should come pick you up, but when I got here, 2 goons clobbered me and stuck me in there.
What's with the cutout?
I stole it from the diner to piss off Rose after what she did to us. That'll teach her.
Yeah, that's a harsh punishment. Come on, pal, we gotta get going.
You know, Barry's annoying, but Barry's kind of cool. That's a cutout right there. Why don't I get it? Collect it? Does this count? Cardboard standees found? No. Hey, Lexi.
These were all the pages I had on me. And more.
I'm fine. You?
Alan, please. You're sliding back into the...
Tell me one more lie and I'll shoot you in the face.
Ah, well, it was worth a shot. Really, Wake, come on. Let's work together on this. You have no idea...
Hartman, shut up! Barry, get out of here. I'll catch up with you. Get a car.
Oh, Al, let's just...
Go!
Wake, listen to me.
It's a good thing.
This is a mistake. Don't you see? Together we can create something absolutely wonderful. With your ability and mine.
Oh.
The dark presence would be on me in a moment. I had to find a way out.
Okay, shit just happened.
Hartman followed the fall of Alan Wake with his binoculars. When the rider hit the water, he ordered Jack to take the boat to him. The spot was easy to see in the dark, even with all the extra lights in the boat. The flare floated and kept burning even in the water. Jack turned the radio louder as the engine sputtered. The music was rough and clanking, something the Anderson brothers would no doubt have enjoyed. But Hartman chose to ignore it. Wake was finally within his reach.
What the hell are you talking about? Hmm. You tried, huh? No, anyway. There's no anyways in this. how about I just take the information you gave me and I repost it for your friends? Hmm? How are you going to come in here and say that stuff and assume that we're just going to continue on like it's no big deal? Hmm? Thank you, Matt. I have all the time in the world right now. Okay, it happens. Oh, I'm not going anywhere. I want the whole thing. I'm sure Matt's fairly interested too. So, I've already put my controller down. If I don't get it now, if I don't get the answer now, I'll reach out with every method I have at my disposal to get that information, asking whoever I know that has information about it too. And Matt can attest to how stubborn I can be. So, where were we? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So here's the thing. I know some of what you're feeling. I've been in the deep, 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 dark place. Oh, I'm talking now, Lexi. You're going to stop. I understand what you're feeling. So I have sympathy and empathy for what you're going through. And that's the only reason why my furious anger and rage hasn't come through right now. Okay? So, right now, you're listening to me, and right now you're thinking, no, he doesn't. He doesn't get it. No one gets it. And that's a normal reaction when you're where you are. No one's going to get you. No one's going to understand. No one knows what it's like. I can tell you, I've been there. I've been there. For years, I've been on this downward spiral. And it culminated. Oh, yeah, I know, we've talked about it before. We're going to talk about it again. And I don't give a shit if I'm streaming or not. I don't fucking care. There were literal years during my marriage where I didn't think there was anything that I was going to get out of it. There was no point to it all. This was my curse. No one was there anymore. Matt can attest to this because she was good enough to drive a wedge between myself and him and all of my other friends. Matt can agree 100% to that. I hadn't talked to Matt in, Jesus, what was it, 4 years? 5 years, Matt? Roughly around that. I'd say probably around 4 years. 4 or 5 years. Yeah, 5, I think. She had driven all my friends away from me because it was my fault. But she told me that it was my fault and it was their fault. And I know that my friends, Matt and Ken and Paul and Mike, they all feel still some negativity towards themselves and towards me. I know this. They know this. We don't talk about it much because it is what it is. Water under the bridge. We love each other. We move forward. But it's there. Similarly, how there's a part of me that still feels that for them. And that's just being honest. So there was a period of time there. It's been dark for a long time for Chris here. A long time. But there was a brief period of time there, a couple years there, where I was bottom. I was at the end. And I thought about it. And the only reason I didn't was because I was too scared. But it was on my mind daily. Daily. It was on my mind. Why do I bother with this? I have no friends. My family doesn't know. They don't care. And the person I'm with right now, for the rest of my life, as I saw it, was constantly reminding me that there was no point to it all. Daily. But I didn't because I was too scared. My fear of death, my fear of the unknown. Yeah. My fear of nothingness superseded my acknowledgement of my uselessness and emptiness and futility in life. So this was daily for me. I never tried because I didn't have the balls to do it. That was probably even worse. And yes, I am no longer with her. Yes, I have reconnected with Matt and all them. No, I don't think about it daily. However, I don't believe I'm going to accomplish anything. I don't believe I'm going to go anywhere or be anybody. I don't believe I'm going to meet someone. I'm going to live alone, unwanted and unloved for the rest of my life. That is what I think about daily. And to me, that's not a plea. That's not a cry. That's fact. And I have people around me that'll say, no, come on, dude. No, you can do this. But, as you can attest to that, those are just empty words. Because they don't know. Now, I'm not going to spill the tea on anyone else, any of my friends. But I know that what you feel, and I know that what you are experiencing right now, and the steps you just took, they are not new to some other people in my life. Other people have taken those steps as well that I know and I care for dearly. So you're not the new one. You're not the only one in this situation. I love you too, Matt. So I know that your pain, while is unique to you, because it's you and you are a unique and special individual, that pain, that emptiness, that hopelessness you feel is shared by others, or has been at least at one point in their lives. I understand, and I say this because I do. I understand those feelings. My path to those feelings is different than you. You have taken different courses than I have. But we've arrived at the same destination. I understand those feelings. I know others that understand those feelings. And that's part of human nature. So I am sad. I am very angry. I am a little disappointed. But I'm also hopeful. Because while you feel there is futility to all of this, while you feel there is nothing worth any of this, I am here, I am at the bottom of it all, I'm fucking pawn scum right now. I'm never going to amount to anything, I'm never going to see anything, I'm never going to do anything, I'm never going to love anyone, and no one's going to want me. You feel those things. I feel those things. Other people in my life feel those or felt those things. And while I can't tell you everything is going to be great because I'm a realist, I don't blow smoke up anyone's asses no matter the situation. I will be as honest as I can. I can't guarantee that any of those things will change around. I can't. I can't tell you everything's going to be fucking great. But what I can tell you is that you are loved. Not just by your family. They love you. Sometimes it comes across really weird and you want to punch them in the face with a brick. But it comes across, but they do love you. But you're loved by us. All of us. You're part of the group now. And we don't take that shit lightly. Correct, Matt? Take that shit lightly. You, I'm not going to speak for all these dipshits, they can do it themselves. But you, Lexi, are my friend. I don't know how you got in here. I never gave you a pass. You snuck through the back door, and I should kick you out, but you're here. Yes, he does, and it's infuriating. So while I can tell you right now that I can't guarantee you won't feel these things, I can tell you... God damn it, Matt. I can tell you that I am here to help you. We are here to support you because you are a friend. We're here to allow you to confide in us of those thoughts, of those feelings, expressing them verbally, letting us know, hey, I'm not in the right mindset mentally. Since Matt and I have reconnected after my divorce and after us getting back together, we call each other once in a while just to check up, see how we're doing. And sometimes when it gets kind of dark, we confide in each other. Thank you, Matt. We do this. We check in on each other because we love each other. I've checked in on you. I've given you my email address. I message you because I care about you. You are my friend. I don't take lightly the term friend. Do you understand this? It is a very powerful word for me. I don't have many of them, and they are very much important to me. So while I can't guarantee or promise you that things will be better, because I don't know the future, all I can do is be here and help you when it gets dark. And much like I've told Matt and Ken and Paul and Mike and Shrews, sometimes Rod, but it's Rod, just like I've told them, just like I've told my friend Jason and Mark, thank you, Matt. Just like I've told all of the friends that are dear and near to my heart. You are one of those, Lexi. I can't promise you that the darkness is going to go away, but I can be a light in that darkness to help you. If not just for you to rage into the dying of the night in my ear instead. I will listen. I will always listen. I will always listen, and I will not judge. I will not judge you for your thoughts. I will not look down upon you for your thoughts. I will not think lesser of you for your thoughts. I will listen because that's what a friend does. And I'll be honest with you because I don't lie. Have you heard what I've said? Thank you. You, part of you, when it gets really dark, might be ready to go. Right? I'm telling you, I, as your friend, am not ready for you to go. So, the next time you get deep, deep down in that dark place, the next time that happens, before you do anything else, if you have thoughts that would lead to self-harm, I ask of you as a friend to reach out first. Can you promise me that you will try that? Thank you. That's all. That's all I ask. I know. Believe me, I know. I know. Okay? But I've meant every word I've just said right here, and Matt can support that 100%. Matt knows me very well. You are my friend, Lexi. I am here, much like I've told him. I am here if you need me. Because I've fucking been there. Part of me is still there. Daily. Okay? Okay. And if I find out that you do this again without contacting me, I'm going to fly up there and beat the shit out of you. And not in the good way, weirdo. I don't kink shame. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna use the bathroom. Get some water. You get yourself comfortable. Make sure you're okay. Don't fucking go anywhere. You understand? I'll be back. back. Are you still there? Have your toes frozen off? Put something on your fucking feet, woman. Don't you have cats that are supposed to perform that duty for you? Are they on break? Oh. Traitors. That's what they are. They're traitors. Are we ready to continue? Or do we need more talking? Okay. Then I'll continue playing. However, I will stop in a fucking heartbeat, okay? You just got a Chris lecture. I'll do it again. Mm-hmm. Flashlight. Where's the flashlight? Where's the flashlight?
I needed light to get the possessed bookshelves out of my way.
What I need. Crazy.
Hartman knew he was no creator. He had no ambitions on that front. And he certainly didn't want to end up like every artist he had worked with here, damaged in ways that were hard to describe, or worse. It was enough for Hartman to maintain creative control and provide direction, to be a producer. That was what most of these people were in need of anyway. Of course, suitable subjects were few and far in between.
The fuck? Lazy ass can't run.
Al! I'm here!
Coming. I've got to inspect everything.
Hey, come on! You gotta get going!
Alright, I'm coming.
Al! I'm over here!
Batteries, excellent. Suspended, Lauren Miller in 1989. Okay.
I found the car, but the gate's locked. You're gonna have to go through the hedge maze over there.
Barry, I don't have a light.
Take this, Al!
Hell yeah.
Oh, God! Look at the house, Al! Look out!
This place is falling apart.
Oh, geez, Al! The house looks bad! Let's get out of here!
Working on it. What are you doing, Lexi? I'm in a fucking maze? Crap.
Al, hurry up! I can hear those evil guys moving around!
Oh yeah, I don't want any of that. mazes. Don't trust Emil. Yeah. I know that now. Don't trust Emil. Come on. Give me something I don't know.
I stared at the Viking paraphernalia that littered the area, surrounding an unlikely centerpiece. A full-size stage complete with an impressive sound system with all the trimmings, including a dragon. It took a special kind of crazy to build something like this in a remote field. When the sky split open with a deafening boom and the music started blasting, it felt strangely appropriate. Dude takes too many fucking rounds. Hartman hurried down the corridor. He had disliked leaving Wake when he was surely at his most susceptible to therapy. But this was not an ordinary storm. Wake had been writing, and he had woken something up in the depths of the lake. Now, it was coming for him. Hartman had naturally prepared for a situation like this. The idiot brothers would keep Wake distracted while Hartman double-checked everything, just to be sure.
I'm done with that fucking maze. I'll take you, thank you.
You get 2 pills in the morning, and then you'll be nice and calm all day long. You get 3 pills in the evening. You'll sleep like a baby. Like things to be
I'll just sit here and do this until they're all fucking gone. There we go. Thank you. Thank you. Flare gun. Where am I going? Don't approve of that. Running out of shit. Got one flare in my flare gun. I don't want to waste it. I save it if a big guy shows up. Right? What'd you eat for dinner? Oh, thank you, shotgun. Yes.
Mott knew that Wake was smarter than him. Wake had more money, a beautiful wife, everything. And Hartman said Wake was important. That made him better than Mott. But Mott was calling the shots now. He'd expected Wake to whimper and grovel, but instead, he seemed willing to fight. Mott knew he'd gotten under Wake's skin. If only Mott actually had his wife. The thought made him shiver.
Did I miss one? I think I might have missed a page. Oh well. This ain't a boss arena. I don't know what is. Rice and seafood. I'm thinking of making some. I got some tilapia in the freezer I gotta cook up. Oh shit. Didn't want to use my shotgun. You dickhead. It's your pistol, you moron. Flare. I'll take you. Yeah, that's not a bad thing, right? Not a bad thing, tall. You dickhead.
For the moment, Barry was just glad he had survived the fall. He had been separated from Al, and there was no easy way to climb back up. He told himself he'd be okay in the gloomy forest at night. He would just have to wait for a while for Al to find his way down. Barry turned when he heard the heavy footsteps and saw the movement.
No.
The man-shaped shadow lunged at him from the bushes, an axe held high. Barry screamed and threw up his hand. The world exploded.
Fuck. Lost Barry. He's the only one that can corroborate all the shit I'm going through. He can be like, yeah, shit's crazy. Right? Shit be cray-cray. Ooh. What now, motherfucker? Fucking hell. Dude. I got my ass handed to me. I know where they are now. Oh, dummy. That dodo head fell. Flare ammo, flare gun. Now I have 2. Now I have 3. Oh, wonderful. Alright. The fuck is next? Never good when they give me all this shit, right? Full on ammo? Alright, go ahead. Yes. You're my only conscious viewer. What am I gonna do? Just keep going? How dare you?
Hartman watched as Wake's features slackened. The man was bullheaded, no doubt. Even lying on the bed, he'd almost broken Hartman's nose the second time. But with a little time, he could break Wake down, give him proper direction. Wake was easily the most promising subject he had had. Well, since Tom, really. Sleep well, Alan, Hartman whispered with a smile. Let me take care of you. He sniffed hard to clear his throbbing nose, swallowed blood, and barely tasted it.
Lovely. How dare you? No, Barry.
Al! You're alive! Let's get out of here. Can you open this gate?
Maybe.
Barry!
Well, I slammed it shut when the nasty showed up, and the key fits kind of loose in the lock, so,
Barry!
I'll find it. Don't worry about it.
Not good.
Hurry up, Barry!
I'm on it. It's gotta be here. Just hang on, Al. Oh, hey, found a corner. I found it! I found it! Ah, no, wait, that's a twig. Al, I found the key!
Oh shit, alright.
Al, please
Yeah.
tell me we're headed for the nearest "You're now leaving Bright Falls. Come back soon" sign.
We're going to the Anderson farm.
I knew you were gonna say something like that. You know what? You owe me big time for this. When this is through, if we make it, I don't care what anybody says, I'm done with darkness. You're gonna buy me a tanning bed as a gift, and I'm gonna live in it.
I'll throw all my flares from my flare gun.
I'm crazy, but that's fine, Barry.
Oh, you got that right, Al. You're barking mad. You are by far the
But
craziest.
maybe that's inevitable when you deal with crazy stuff like this. It helps. This is happening, Barry. Alice, they never had Alice. She's trapped in the darkness at the bottom of the lake, but she's not dead.
Al, how can you know that?
I know, Barry. I can...
Al,
No, listen. I can bring her back. I can find her. There's something special about this place. The lake, it does something to the works of art created here. It makes them come true. But there's a catch. The dark presence, whatever that thing is, twists it to its own ends. That's why all of this is happening. It's using my manuscript to take over everything.
Al, I believe you.
It happened to Thomas Zane before, it happened to the Andersons.
I believe you. Crazy or not, you're not delusional. Weird shit's going down. That's a fact. I'm on board, man. I'm with you.
The Andersons knew about it, but they were too far gone to tell me with all the drugs they were on. But they wrote it down. There's a message somewhere at their farm, Barry. We just need to find it. Look out!
No! Christ. Barry's the best.
God damn it, Al, talk to me!
I lose my shit. Yeah,
I
'cause
had
I
lost
took
my
it all
gun
out.
in the crash. Barry was nowhere to be seen.
Fucking hell.
Barry! Barry!
Oh, man, you're okay! Jeez, it's good to hear your voice! I was trying to get out of the car, but the ground gave way. Man, what a drop! Don't worry, your cutout is fine.
Forget that! Are you okay?
I hit some bushes, didn't get a scratch. There's no way you can climb down, though. It's like a sheer wall. Ah! Al! There's something moving down here!
Barry, it's a taken! Use a flare, Barry!
Oh! Yeah!
Barry, are you alright?
I'm good, Al! I'm great! Guess you never messed with anyone from New York City before, huh?
Yeah.
You're gonna have to find your way around to the farm, Al! I'll be waiting!
Barry, just wait for me, okay?
Al! I'm not staying here! It's suicide! I'm going to the farm! I'm gonna go ahead and secure the area. You can catch up! Don't worry about it! I'm on the case!
Now he's Rambo. This would turn into a disaster if I didn't catch up with Barry.
Okay. Well then. I ain't got nothing. Like I'm gonna find random guns just laying around, right? Well. Great. Alright. Come on. Where's the other creepy thing? Okay. Turn you back on. Okay. What if?
When he stopped the car at the Anderson farm, Walter felt relieved. Oblivion was close at hand. The brothers wouldn't miss a jar of moonshine or two in the booby hatch. But then he saw the man on the porch, and he knew who it was. Driving for his life and knowing it was useless, he didn't realize he was crying until he couldn't see the road for the tears.
Who the fuck's Walter? Alright. See a thermos over here. Okay. Fucking barrels wrecking my head. Come on, barrels. Ow. Where's the other one? Come on, barrel. Man, you suck. Come on, barrel. There we go. Alright. Now that was a little annoying, but okay. Fridge. Oh, stairs. Christ. Getting hit by barrels and shit. Come on. Forget about it, right? That's what they say. Alright, one up there for that. Old refrigerator. No. The fridge too? Fuck. Come on. Come on, fridge. Come on. Lost the fridge. Ow. Get over here. Alright. Refrigerator. Stock. Right? I'm like in the worst IKEA. Alright. What next? This store is crazy. Seriously. there again. Move, barrel. What next? This one? Anything else gonna fucking come alive on me? Are we good? Really tired.
Shadows crawled over the gate. I needed a light to destroy them to get through. I hoped there'd still be a working generator somewhere around here to power up the old lights by the gate.
Thank you. We're good now. Working generator.
Agent Nightingale stared at the passed-out rider. The man was sleeping off one hell of a night. Nightingale felt a stab of envy at Wake's oblivion, but he had a job to do. He put the gun to Wake's head and almost became a murderer. His hand shook and his throat felt tight and dry. Biting his teeth, he tried again to pull the trigger. He lost the nerve. Wake stirred. Nightingale would have to settle for an arrest.
Jesus. Alright, Mo, motherfucker. No, start, not jump. This isn't calisthenics. Oh, you dummy. You need to jump.
I could sense the movement in the woods ahead. Facing the enemy without a weapon was dangerous, but I had no choice.
Flashlight and no batteries. Just what the doctor ordered. I mean, jack shit, right? What am I supposed to fucking do? That's a gen.
I could sense the movement in the woods ahead. Facing the enemy without a weapon was dangerous, but I had no choice.
If I can get to the gen. There's no way I can start this. There's no way.
I could sense the movement in the woods ahead.
Oh,
Facing the enemy without a weapon was dangerous, but I had no choice.
God damn it. There's no way I can get that. Not without a weapon. I'll have to just come back.
I could sense the movement in the woods ahead.
Oh, shut
Facing
up,
the enemy
Alan.
without a weapon was dangerous, but I had no choice.
Are you kidding me? Say it again.
I could sense the movement in the woods ahead. Facing the enemy without a weapon was dangerous, but I had no choice.
What am I supposed to fucking do? I'm getting more pissed at this than the entire time I played Bloodborne.
I could sense the movement in the woods ahead. Facing the enemy without a weapon was dangerous, but I had no choice.
Just gonna run right by it. Don't even care. Are they still there? like 6 guys throwing shit at me. Really pissing me off. The farm.
A car was driving away from the farm, headed in the same general direction as I was. For all I knew, it was Barry, caught in the consequences of leaping before looking.
So I came from up there somewhere. Now I'm right here. Oh yeah, heavy duty, thank you. Batteries, thank you. Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I motherfucking do.
The car was heading for the cabin up ahead. It wasn't far. If it was Barry, I would see the damage soon.
There's a cabin up ahead. Guess we're going to a cabin. Alright, nothing. Nothing.
I'm trying to deliver each page to the right time and place. I'm trying to show you how the story goes.
I had seen glimpses of the light before. I had seen it in my dream. It was a strange spaceman or a diver in a bulky suit. He was the one who'd been placing the pages on my path.
Just when this game doesn't get fucking weirder. It does. Oh, I missed a page.
The dark presence followed the choreography laid out to it in the manuscript, growing stronger and stronger, moving like a storm from one scene of destruction to the next. But it was still bound to follow the story and chained to the dark place it came from. When the story reached the end it longed for, it would finally be free.
Oh. Those are bear traps. I wonder where I missed that one thing at. Oh well. Oh well. Not gonna get them all, that's alright. Oh.
The storm raged on as the Anderson brothers walked unsteadily away from the clinic with the other patients in tow, knowing that this time they wouldn't return. The darkness around them seethed with horrors, but Tor and Odin were unafraid. Their eyes glinted with guile. They knew every secret path, and there was blood on their hands. They had fought these shades before.
That's cool.
Someone had left a gun behind. Now I had a fighting chance of reaching the farm.
Now it just means that I have to fight. shot. Fuck. That's not good. Maybe I should have let him step in that trap. Yeah. Alright. Oh. Yes, thank you. Step in my trap. They don't step in the bear traps. Kidding me? Bruh. Bruh. So they don't step in the bear traps, it's just for me. I think I'm just going to avoid them. I'm just gonna avoid them. No time for that shit.
I could see the car, but there was no sight of the driver.
Hello? Anybody here? Barry!
No! Danny, you're not! Please! What are you? No! Don't! I'm sorry!
know you. You were in jail the other day.
I went to the farm again for the moonshine, you know? It makes you see. They're not gonna miss it. They're in the loony bin. But my buddy, Danny, I lost him. Something's gone wrong with him. It's not him. Like a real bad follow-up to a real good movie where the best friend's suddenly the bad guy who wrote this crap anyway.
Well. Well. Welp.
I've run through every possible course in my head. If I continue like the Dark Presence wants me to, the story I'm writing won't save Alice. It's a horror story, and it's going to kill her, and me, and everybody in this town. No one will survive. Darkness will consume everything. This is what it's wanted all along. It will be free, unstoppable. It used Alice to get to me, dangled her in front of me to keep me going. It was never going to release her. I'm going to change this. I'll escape. I've written myself into the story. I'm now the protagonist. This feels like a terrible risk, but it's the only way to save Alice. I'll be bound by the events of the story just as much as anyone else who's been woven into it. The story must stay true for this to work. There have to be victims along the way, near escapes, cliffhangers. In a horror story, it can't be certain that the hero will succeed or even survive. He almost has to die. I'll write my own escape into the story next. I need help. Zane's going to be the one who'll help me. I'll make it happen.
Okay, what was that? So I'm writing myself into the story, but it's not me.
Let me guess. Danny, huh?
Alright. I think we've explored everywhere.
I could climb out through the broken window. The front door was locked. The farm was still a good distance away. I'd need a car to get there fast.
Missing pictures.
For a moment, Hartman considered strangling the idiot. Mott was mean-spirited, but easily manipulated. An emotional infant who lived for his approval. Wake, by contrast, was a far more difficult subject. Mott had given him too much leash. In 2 days, who knew what could happen? Hartman would have to find a way to rein him in, and quickly.
Oh. I see that. I see that. Alright. You can't surprise me. Sneaky sneaks. Please do not recycle. Flare gun, thank you. Flashbangs, ooh. Ooh. Don't need you, let's get back to you. Alright. Nice. Alright, 30 rounds with the revolver, 15 shells with the shotgun, 2 flare gun flares, 3 flares and 1 flashbang, and 10 batteries. I am sufficiently loaded up. Oh, I gotta drive.
If Barry wasn't up here, he was probably in trouble down at the farm. For a moment, I felt bad for doubting him. After all, I'd made it this far myself. But Barry was Barry.
Man, that arrow. Alright. Here we go. Gotta grab this thermos, don't mind me. I'll check out the farm. I'll check this first, and the house to the right, to the left next. Oops. You're a truck, you'll be fine. I'm not running over everything. I barely ran over some things. How dare you?
Well, as I'm sure everyone's noticed, that storm we all felt coming is finally here. The boys at the Weather Service reckon it'll last until morning at the very least. Pertaining to that, let me read that missing persons alert again. The Sheriff's Department's still looking for a Caucasian woman, 30 years old, slim and blonde with blue eyes. She may be lost in the woods, and it's possible she's been injured in a car accident. If you see her, please make sure you get her indoors and call the sheriff. It's bad weather to be caught out in, so if you see someone in the area who maybe looks a little confused, give him a hand, all right? This is Pat Maine on KBF FM, hoping you're all safe and warm tonight.
Got the shotgun. Switch. I don't know. I'm gonna switch to shotgun because I literally have more rounds. But I don't see a difference, I guess. Coming up. Axe throwing motherfucker. Looks like I am switching since I'm out of ammo. Kicking it. Where'd you go? Switch. I guess that would take me down that way. Honey, I'm home. More like Alan Bacon Shake. Really, Jason? I'll take you. Are you familiar at all with what the hell's going on in this game? Hey, Rod. Alright. I'm going to give you a Cliff Notes version of the best I can do for this. There are 6 episodes in this game. Episode 1. Alan Wake and his wife Alice. Alan Wake's a writer. But he's got writer's block. He's tired. He's written a lot of those fiction sci-fi horror books. And he's got writer's block. So his wife decides to leave New York and go visit Washington. Go take a vacation. Get away from it all. So Alan Wake and his wife Alice head out to Washington to a place called Cauldron Lake. They're supposed to meet a guy to get a key from him for a lodge. Alan goes into a cafeteria, and in the back he finds an old lady in funeral garb sitting in the dark in a hallway saying she has his key for him. And Alan Wake, being an idiot, says, "Okay, cool, there's my key." Takes it from her, and they drive and follow directions to this place, which was a cabin built on an island in the center of Cauldron Lake, which was a dormant volcano. Later on, they're having an evening, and Alan's checking out the little island they're on, and Alice screams. He runs up to catch her to see what's going on, see her being pulled out of the cabin into the water, down below the water. He goes after her. End of chapter 1. Chapter 2 starts. Alan Wake, is upside down in a vehicle crashed on the side of a mountain. It has been apparently a week since that incident, and he's trying to figure out why he's there where he is. After traveling around, navigating through certain areas, he's finding that there's this dark presence, these shadows that are capturing, possessing people he has to fight off with flashlights and guns. The week has transpired, and Alice is missing. No one believes him. Eventually, his agent, Barry, from New York, shows up in town. Barry's great. And the two of them work through what's going on. And it finds out that Alice has been kidnapped by some crazy guy. And so he tries to find her. And that's the end of Chapter 2. Chapter 3 starts with him on pursuit of the kidnapper, being chased by a FBI agent and a local sheriff. He eventually finds the kidnapper, who admits he doesn't have her, and then is engulfed by a giant shadowy creature in the middle of Cauldron Lake. Also, he finds out that Cauldron Lake has no island, and when he went back to look, the island's gone, so the cabin's gone, so people think it's crazy. If you're confused, so am I. I'm just narrating what's going on so far. During episode 2 or episode 3, he's in town interrogating, figuring out what's going on, and he meets a guy named Hartman, Emil Hartman, who happens to be like a psychotherapist who has a big cabin up in the mountains where he treats people. They got off on bad terms because Alan Wake broke his nose. I tell you that because, so episode 1 is cabin, she's pulled away, he doesn't know what happened. Episode 2 starts with him upside down a week later in a fucking car. Episode 3 ends with the kidnapper admitting he doesn't have Alice and the kidnapper being captured by this shadowy entity. Episode 4 starts with Alan Wake in that psychotherapist's cabin, waking up from being drugged, saying, and the psychotherapist is telling him, hey, it's all in your head. She's been dead. You just can't cope with it. He says, fuck you. No, I'm not. And then Barry shows up to try to get him out of there. Shadows attack everybody. He breaks out of the cabin and heading down to this farm where these two old men said this is a place of refuge. And there's a lot of other minor weird shit going on that I can't even begin to describe. So the whole point of the game is trying to figure out what happened to your wife. As you travel around, you find up pieces of a manuscript that you were writing, even though you're not writing it. There's apparently an alternate you that you see on the television sometimes talking to you about writing this manuscript that you have no idea of, and you're seeing and learning as you go. So questions? Fuck you, Rod. So, that's what's going on. Apparently, Alan Wake, there's a writer called Thomas Zane that he quotes in the Alan Wake world. The problem is, no one can find out who this Thomas Zane person is. So Alan Wake is quoting an author that doesn't exist. So why is he quoting this author? No one knows. Episode 4, when you get in to this psychotherapist's rehabilitation cabin, people are calling him Thomas Zane. So there's some weird who is he, who isn't he stuff going on along with all the other shit. So as I find manuscripts in this game, they tend to foreshadow stuff that's going to happen. Having managed to arm himself, Wake must continue to the Anderson farm. I hate you, Jason. And find the secret message the Crazy Brothers claim to have left for him. This is just a lot. Like, the narrative has jumped to 3 different narratives. I hope that the game is able to dovetail it all and make it fit. Because right now, it's most definitely kind of not. It's a very loosey-goosey vehicle here. It's a very pretty game. It's very spooky. The controls in the vehicles are really bad. Flashlights weaken them, and then you can do real damage to them. I don't want to waste ammo, so I'm using my vehicle here. Pick up. So there are 6 chapters in the game. We're on chapter 4. Of course, there's collectibles. Motherfuckers. What am I supposed to do with the goddamn... Flashlight's in the top left. I'm letting it charge up, but I have 13 batteries I could put in it. When I zoom in, the circle closes as I slowly burn it away the darkness. That was still unexpected. Just looking down here to see if I've missed any manuscripts. I know I've missed some already, but I'd like to collect what I can. The flashlight has some very intense draw distance. Lights are checkpoints. I'm always checking the sides, because you know me. The game's interesting. Like, I want to like it. The controls are decent. Graphics are good. The story's supposed to make sense. I hope it makes sense, because right now it's kind of just out there. So I hope it can dovetail in the end and make some sense for me, because otherwise it's going to be a little hard for me to like it as much, no matter how nice it is. Hidden cache, I'll take that. Thank you. Put you back on.
Stay away from my daughter!
Do a quick circuit around. Nothing in here. Nothing in here. Weird. But okay. Alright. See a church back there, I think? Let's go take a look real quick. Oh, it's a house, and I can only get through it in here. Alright. What kind of crazy thing am I going to have to fight here?
I'd known the brothers used to be some kind of rock stars, but it hadn't really sunk in until I saw the stage.
Ow! Run! Incoming! There's too many of them!
That's Barry.
God damn.
I'm so glad you decided to go it alone, Mr. Bronson.
Shut up and shoot! Ow! We have to fight them off! I can set off more of the fireworks from here and help you out! Hey, Al! Did you notice there's a lot of ammo and stuff around? This place is stocked! Al! Hold on! I'll try to get the stage lights on! Yes! Here we go!
Oh.
Barry Wheeler to the rescue! doing this to me? Do it for Barry, please, please, please!
This is crazy. Fuck.
I'm so glad you decided to go it alone, Mr. Bronson.
Shut up and shoot! Al! We have to fight him off! I can set off 4 of the fireworks from here and help you out! Ammo and stuff around? This place is stopped! Al, hold on! I'll try to get the stage lights on!
So you remember that band that sang that song in the ashtray maze?
No! Damn it! Goddamn turn of the century wiring! Hang on, Al! I'll get the work
That's
again,
this band.
I promise. Yes! Al! Stay in the light!
Oh fuck, wrong gun.
No, no, no! Why do you keep doing this to me? Do it for Barry, please, please, please! Al, please don't let me die here. Although if I buy it, this is pretty much how I always wanted to go out. Rock and roll! Woo!
Fucking hell.
Al, this may be...
I'm trying to shift from my flare to my flashbang, which is, they're both on the down, on the D-pad. Okay.
Barry Wheeler to the rescue! No, damn it! Goddamn turn of the century wiring! Hang on, Al! I'll get them working again, I promise! Yes! Al! Stay in the light! No, no, no! Why do you keep doing this to me? Do it for Barry, please, please, please!
Valley Falls, rock and roll capital of America.
Okay. Follow up on everything else. Let's grab you. Sticking with you. Let's reload. So that was probably their version of the ashtray maze. That set piece. I'm guessing, right?
Hey, Al! This way to the farm!
Deputy Mulligan tuned Thornton's chatter out. He didn't think riders were particularly useful people, and a huge manhunt for one struck him as idiotic. Certainly not worth the missed opportunity for coffee and pie. It wasn't even clear what the man had done, except run from them at the trailer park. Mulligan knew he wasn't alone. The sheriff's patience with the Fed was running out.
So that's Barry, my New York agent.
See, bestseller? No reason to worry. Your cutout's good as new, right where I left it. I'll come back for it once we have the place secured.
Yeah, that's been my biggest worry all this time. We need to get this thing moved out of the way.
This is as far as I got before they ambushed me.
As the deputies hauled Wake and Wheeler away, Agent Nightingale eagerly examined the stack of papers Wake had been carrying. It was incomplete, a collection of random pages, but there was enough. He saw his own name in there, among others. His hands shook with emotion. Finally, it was proof. He had been right all along.
Let's see. Wake and Barry are making their way to their farm. Reach the farmhouse and the secrets that await them there. Okay.
Hey, I think Alan Wake here has something to say. What's that, Al?
I'm Alan Wake. I'm always right about everything. And if I don't get my way, I'm sunk all day long. I'm always intense and moody. It makes me very attractive and mysterious. Right now, I'm just standing here because I need my best friend Barry to carry me. But that's okay. I can just take him for granted.
I think I see what you did there.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
You want me to do my imitation of Barry Wheeler? No? Thought so.
fine, Lexi.
Wow! You look at that thing, Al! They really went all out with this Viking crap, didn't they? Look at all this stuff. They must have done okay for themselves, so how come I never heard of these guys before?
And this from the guy who learned about Ozzy Osbourne through reality TV?
Sleep. We all spend a third of our
Night
dreams in
Springs,
its soft embrace,
man.
somewhere
Brings back
between
memories.
fantasy and
Hey,
oblivion.
remember when I got you that gig?
But
Your
dreams
first
have a
real
way of
writing
forcing
job. What got you
themselves into
started?
waking life,
Was this one of your
or
episodes?
vice versa. In Night Springs. Tonight's episode, The Dream of Dreams.
That's by someone else.
We join Mr. Jones as he explores the endless dreamscape, only to be brought to a sudden stop by a decidedly mundane situation. A long line of people.
Hey, Jones, right? Listen, we're gonna have to wait until His Highness over there is good and ready.
Oh, wow. Who's that?
You don't know him? What are you, new? He's the guy dreaming us. Well, not just us. He dreams everything. All of this.
But wait, no. I'm the one who's dreaming. I'm asleep. Isn't this my dream?
Oh, yeah. Sure. Get real, pal. You're just another dream. I'm a dream. You're a dream. The weirdo in the diving suit is a dream. And the girl made of smiles and sunshine is definitely a dream.
But I'm pretty sure I'm dreaming this.
Well, maybe you're a really confused dream. What am I, a shrink? All I know is I'm going with the smart guys, and they say that's the guy doing the dreaming. Right there.
I don't know what that means.
It means we keep him happy. No sudden falls. We make sure he has his clothes on when he goes out in public. No chases where the monster is nipping at his heels and he runs like crazy, but his legs don't seem to get him anywhere. None of that. Because if he wakes up in a cold sweat...
Oh...
Yeah, precisely. So we wait till he wants to move on. Keep things nice and calm.
Hey, something's happening here.
Yeah? What's that?
What? Can't you hear that?
Oh, God help us, it's an alarm clock. Oh, it's you, isn't it? Please, man, I got a wife and kids. Please don't wake...
Huh. So I found a couple of those little things in there. They're just little episodes of this show. Kind of like Threshold Kids, but not as creepy. More like Twilight Zone homages.
It's 1976. Madness reigns at the Anderson farm. Contrary to all logic, the headiest ingredient of their moonshine is unfiltered water from Cauldron Lake. The Andersons feel like gods. Odin can't stop laughing. He contemplates cutting his eye out. Tor runs across the field, naked, shrieking, hammer in his hand, trying to catch lightning. Their songs have power. Something ancient is stirring in the depths, coming back.
And now they're both like 75-year-old men that were being drugged in that clinic.
The Viking boat looked imposing, almost like a battering ram.
Old Gods of Asgard, 1975 Ragnarok Tour. Be awed by celestial wrath and fury. Never came to my area. And that noise is when the creatures start to show up.
Planting the crops is hard work.
He's a special. I'll take those, thank you.
I think we can make it through here, Al!
Want to get electrocuted. Wait for my battery recharge. Let me use the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. Okay. Resume game.
Wow! Those geezers had quite a production going on. Ooh, you know what, Al? If we make it through this alive, I'm gonna start representing them. Yep, sell this stuff online, maybe get a reality show going, release a new single.
Good luck with that, pal.
Hey, you find us a way out of here, okay? I'm gonna take a closer look at this stuff. Be careful, Al!
I'm good. Keep your eyes open, okay?
What's next?
As you regular listeners know, I tend to work through the night, but I'm not the only one. Deputies Mulligan and Thornton are taking a couple of moments off their busy schedule to join me here in the studio. Boys, how busy are you now? Deerfest is almost here, isn't it? I bet that keeps you in business.
Pretty busy, yeah. Actually, Pat, we've been real busy with other stuff. Which concerns an ongoing investigation. We can't talk about that, Thornton.
I wasn't gonna say anything. I was just saying we got, other irons to fry.
And how would you compare your workload to last year's? Things have seemed relatively peaceful to me, but people do tend to get a little wild this time of year.
Oh, it's wild, Pat. It's pretty wild. There's been all sorts of trouble this year. Vandalism, fighting, public disturbances. A lot of people gone missing, too.
Yeah, it's pretty much the usual stuff, Pat. Just, a lot more of it.
Now, is it just me, or does Deerfest get wilder every year? People seem to be more drunk, at least, or they start earlier and younger.
Oh, it's definitely not just you, Pat, but...
Definitely, Pat.
Hey, I'm talking here, Thornton. Oh, shoot, I lost my train of thought.
Not just me.
Yeah, it's wilder, Pat, but actually most of the trouble seems to be coming from grown men. People who ought to know better, Kids are doing fine this year.
Well, that's nice to hear at least. Boys, I want to thank you for stopping by. I'll let you get back to your patrol.
Sure thing, Pat.
Yeah, sure thing, Pat.
I could see the building that had to be the Andersons' home on the other side of the field. It wasn't far now. I wasn't worried about trusting the ramblings of two burned-out geriatric wrecks. They had the goods. Kidding.
Fuck. Well, a thresher is a great thing to fight.
Got to be kidding me.
Yes, I am, Matt. This motherfucker. checking everything before it forces me to animated crystalline god. I'll take that as a positive. Fucking Rod showed up, Matt. Can you believe it? #1 streaming fan, huh? This thing's supposed to explode. What kind of shit is that?
Al? Is that you out there, buddy?
Yeah, it's me. Hang on.
Hey, let's go, man.
I'll keep that in mind, Matt.
I think we're gonna have to work together to open this gate, Al. Looks pretty heavy. Ah! Hey, I think that's the farm on the other side of the field. We're almost there. This farm is a crazy place for crazy people.
We should feel right at home then.
Valhalla.
Come on, one more gate. Let's do this thing.
Matt the random stalker. Old gods know the truth. Do a quick circuit. Right? Lexi showed up, now she's playing Animal Crossing. Rod showed up, now he's probably at baby duty. Jason showed up, he probably left to go to sleep. Matt returns. Hope you have fun and kick ass. Gotcha.
The lights are out. I guess we better check the fuse box.
The power downstairs was out, but I was sure I could fix that at the fuse box. The power downstairs was out, but I was sure I could fix that at the fuse box.
Never sure if that's a narration. Thank you, coffee thermos. Alright, move out of the way, Barry. Fuck.
You know, this place looks kind of lived in. I thought the Andersons were in the booby hatch.
Yeah, I don't think they keep too close an eye on them at the clinic. They seem to slip away
Come
a
on,
lot
Al,
so they
let's
can
get
go
the lights
wasted.
on, huh? No kidding. Those guys sound awesome.
Again, Alice's screams rang in the stillness of the night. I saw myself run toward the cabin, flashlight in my hand. I followed my past self. I was an out-of-body observer, a time traveler in a crazy drunken dream. This was the beginning. The night Alice had disappeared. The mystery of what had happened during the missing week was about to reveal itself.
Before I do that, guitar. Okay.
Can you hear that, Al? Music?
Of course. We need to find where it's coming from. That's the message the Andersons talked about. That's the whole reason we're here.
Lady of the Light? Oh, that's gotta be... What's-her-face? The crazy lamp lady from the town.
Cynthia Weaver.
Right. Must be. Okay.
We need to find Cynthia Weaver. We'll stay here for the night and head back to town as soon as it gets light.
Hey, Al. Lots of hours before dawn. Might as well get some rest. And by rest, I mean drunk.
Come on, Barry, this is... Yeah, what the hell?
Seriously, because I know we don't get along, but we're gonna find her, right? Even though you're a crazy bastard, I'm gonna stick by you, no matter what, ever, Al. Sure, like a brother.
I'm a writer, goddammit.
Correct.
If I just wanted to, I could write 10 books a year. And they'd be the best books that year.
No, you couldn't.
That's right, I couldn't. But I could, because I'm a writer.
What? What do they put in this stuff? I feel like my brain is coming out of my nose. I'm gonna get the recipe off those coots and be a booze millionaire.
I just miss her, Barry. I just want her here with me.
I know, Al. I know. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna make it okay.
There's the cabin that they went to. Alright.
Alice, I'm coming. It's all right. I'm coming.
It was a crazy drunken dream, and yet it was more than that. It was the truth, a suppressed memory unearthed by the Andersons' moonshine. I was there, an out-of-body observer. This was the night Alice and I had arrived at Bright Falls, the night Alice had disappeared. I had a chance to find out what had happened. I remembered being surprised to see the cabin dark. Alice would have never turned the lights off.
Alice? Alice!
I remembered thinking I caught a glimpse of her form underwater, sinking into the darkness. Diving after her was the last vague memory I had of that night. After that, the next thing I could remember was waking up behind the wheel of the crashed car and finding the first pages of the manuscript. I couldn't find her in all that blackness. I must have thought she drowned.
Alice!
Jagger had Alice, and so she had me.
Alice!
I'd been easy prey.
Look at the cabin. Is there someone in the window?
Alice?
Maybe she didn't drown after all. Maybe she's inside.
Alice!
Yes.
The dark presence had touched me. She had dug her nails into my brain and used me, made me her puppet.
She must be here somewhere. Maybe upstairs in the study.
Alice!
Yes, that's where she is. You can apologize.
Alice!
You'll laugh at the whole thing together and put it behind you.
Alice?
She's not here. You were foolish to think so. No, she's dead. She drowned.
No, no, no!
It's your fault your wife is dead. You are guilty. All she wanted was to help you right. You killed her. Oh, hush. There's still hope. Cauldron Lake is a special place. Here, you have the power to change things. She wanted you to write. I will tell you what to do. You can write her back. The story will come true, and all will be well again.
She had Alice, and the manuscript was the ransom for her.
Yes. All right. I'll fix it. I'll bring her back. No. I wrote it.
I remembered it all now. In the dark, I'd written for days, a week, almost a complete manuscript of a novel entitled Departure. Jagger had been my editor, whispering in my ear, making sure that the unfolding story would make her more and more powerful. I thought I was saving Alice. Even with the cobweb she put in my head, some part of me had been aware enough to write my escape into the story, to bring a light into the cabin to release me before I could finish, to interrupt the horror story before the ending, where darkness consumed everything and everyone. Zane was weak and far away, but I had written him into the story, and his light had been enough to set me free.
It isn't here now. I'm here because it was written. I brought the light to set you free. You must hurry. You will know I am here. It will be back soon. It stole the skin of my Barbara a long time ago. She looks so old.
I had woken up, confused and groggy, my mind consumed by darkness and fear. All I could do was to escape. The week spent in the cabin had taken its toll. I was barely conscious and fading fast. It had to have cost Zane terribly, thrown him even deeper into whatever dark place he now haunted. But he had managed to weaken the dark presence, kept me safe that night.
I wrote it. It's my fault.
That's right, James Joyce. It's your fault, and you're gonna pay for it.
FBI detective.
There's an altar wrought with mystery of Tom the poet and his muse, and a magic lake which gave a life to the words the poet used. Now the muse she was his happiness, and he rhymed about her grace, and told the stories of treasures deep beneath the blackened waves. Till in the stillness of wonder, still in its misty crown, the muse she went down to the lake, and in the waves she drowned. And now to see your love set free, you will need the witch's cabin key. Find the lady of the light, gone mad with the night. That's how you reshape destiny. The poet came down to the lake to call out to his dear. When there was no answer, he was overcome with fear. He searched in vain for his treasure lost, and too soon the night would fall, and only his own echo would wail back as his call. And when he swore to bring back his love by stories he'd create, nightmares shifted in their sleep in the darkness of the lake. And now to see your love set free, you will need the witch's cabin key. Find the lady of the light, still raving in the night. That's how you reshape destiny. In the dead of night she came to him with darkness in her eyes. We're in a morning gown, sweet words as her disguise. He took her in without a word, for he saw his grave mistake, and vowed them both to silence deep beneath the lake. Now if it's real or just a dream, one mystery remains, for it is said on moonless nights they may still haunt this place.
That's cool. At the end of every episode, they have a different song. Oh. At the end of every episode, they have a different song. And usually I've been skipping the songs. I'm not sure if they're DCMA'd or not, right? But this is from the same band from the Control game, which is a Remedy-specific game, so I'm fairly certain that they're good.
Previously on Alan Wake. Under the influence of the dark presence, I wrote a horror story that is coming true. Jagger had been my editor, making sure that the unfolding story would make her more and more powerful. Some part of me had been aware enough to write my escape into the story.
Together we can create something absolutely wonderful.
The lake, it does something to the works of art created here. It makes them come true. My mom gave me this old light switch.
The clicker.
Alice is being kept in a dark prison. I need to find Cynthia Weaver to fix this.
It's your fault, and you're gonna pay for it.
Well, we're expecting a record crowd from the neighboring counties. Naturally, we hope to break the record set by last year's Moose Fest in our neighboring town, Watery. Ladies and gentlemen, some people have asked me, what's the big deal about Deer Fest? And I think that this sums it up. It's about friendship and community. We've got a great party coming up, but let's try to hold it in until tomorrow and get through the night in one piece, all right?
I have it. Someone will come for it when the time is right. Thomas said so. He wrote it. The key is insurance. It's my job to keep it safe. Safe in the light. Always in the light. Hello.
All the manuscript pages were gone. The FBI agent had taken them.
I think my tongue just took a crap in my mouth. Ugh. Oh, wait, we're in jail now? Al, this is not good.
That about sums it up.
Oh, I am never drinking again.
I need to talk to Weaver. She's the one in the song. The Lady of the Light.
What, the crazy lady? Ugh, whatever you say, Al, but we're stuck here. They're not gonna...
interviewed Wake.
I had some reading to do first, Sheriff, and let me tell you, it was an interesting read. Well, I've got you now, Raymond Chandler. It's all here. All the evidence, including conspiracy to murder a federal agent. There's no way you're walking out of here. You hear me in there, Bret Easton Ellis? Huh?
Agent Nightingale, I want to talk to your superior.
Well, we all want things, Sheriff. I wanted my... Look, that's not possible right now.
Agent Nightingale, I insist. Wake, what's wrong?
Lady, are you stupid? It's a trick. It's an obvious trick.
Okay, I've had enough of this crap. Wake, I'm gonna trust you with this.
You're joking.
Agent Nightingale, your opinion would matter more if you were sober and if I actually believed you were here on official business.
Whoa! Get back in the cell, Stephen King. The only way you're leaving this place is over my dead... Wait a minute. I know.
Oh my God!
Light. We need light. It's the only way to fight this thing.
In my office. I've got your things there. Follow me.
Oh man, we're sitting ducks with the lights out.
Stay cool. I can get the emergency power on.
Alright, this is where we are going to stop for tonight. The end of episode 4, beginning of episode 5. Yes, I know, but I like to stop it on the episodes and not in the middle of things. We made some significant progress in the story, figuring out what the hell's going on. Still trying to get used to the whole Zane Wake thing, but maybe I get it? Oh no, I'll have to figure it out. Good night, Lexi. Don't make me come over there. We'll be back next Monday for the continuation of Alan Wake Remastered. See if we can wrap it up. If not, there's always Tuesday. You take that however you see fit, Matt. However you see fit. That's fine. It is always a pleasure. Whether you speak or not, your presence is always appreciated. Thank you for hanging out. It means a lot to me. But yeah, we'll be back next Monday for another session. I don't want anybody like that, Lexi. I'm good right now. I don't want any of that. Anything. I'm good. I'm so far on the rebound from what happened before. I'm good. I don't need anything from anyone in that capacity. Today is Tuesday. Yes. I'll be streaming again next Monday. Good night, Lexi. Get your rest. Reach out if you need it. Matt, you take it easy. Rod, you can eat a dick. Everyone else, thank you for your attendance. You enjoy the rest of your week. Good luck with it. Enjoy your weekend. Good luck with that. I look forward to seeing you all on Monday. Everyone, please, with all sincerity, take care.